Hey everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, or welcome back to our YouTube channel.
I'm Defne.
And I'm Lexy.
And we're your LadyBloggers.
Squid Game?
Stop!
Literally. Marinette! In a ponytail. There's Felix. Okay. Oh,
he totally
saw that. He totally saw. Yes. Oh, why are they giving up their phones?
What kind of like secret press event?
Felix is on it. Senti Monster Gabriel Agreste, I knew it.
That explains the title.
Okay. Secrets revealed. Oh, that wasn't that.
That was not that spoilery.
That was not that spoilery at all. There's people coming into the Agreste mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all wearing all black except for Adrian.
I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out. That's really interesting that he's not dressed for the occasion then.
Maybe he wasn't invited.
By his own father.
By his own father. Gabriel was like, you were not coming to this party.
Oh, wait a second. You know how Mark and Nathaniel are creating a plan for Marinette to confess to Adrian?
Yes.
Do you think they're like, Adrian, come to school at this time so they can like execute their plan? We have the synopsis. Yeah, Chloe
I think is invited to this event, and she's gonna go show Gabriel like a video because she took a video of them like in their plan, and she's gonna go show it to Gabriel because if she shows it to Gabriel, Gabriel won't let Adrian go to school. They're all wearing like creepy face masks, which
like
is
a masquerade.
Weird.
And I also want to point out how each of the masks are animals.
The Gloob trailer says "Uma festa misteriosa," which I think is like a mysterious party.
In order to get in, they have to use like a fingerprint scanner, and they have to turn in their
phones. We see Audrey and Chloe, and they both drop in their phones.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't want anyone from the public to see what's going on inside. He's shutting the blinds. He's making people turn in their phones. People are even masked inside. Okay, next scene, we see Gabriel bending down, and it exposes the Peacock Miraculous underneath.
And Felix for sure saw that. There's no way he literally looked directly at it.
I don't even see the Butterfly Miraculous.
I did not see the Butterfly Miraculous, but Felix saw the Peacock Miraculous. Now, which is interesting because we know that Emily was most likely the one that had the Peacock Miraculous before, Gabriel and Natalie.
I also wonder, could it allude to like the whole scent monster theories that have been thrown around lately, especially after Ephemeral?
We want this episode, fingers crossed, to have a backstory to Gabriel, to Emily. Like, we want to know all the tea, all the drama. And we were kind of expecting this episode to be that. But from what I see, unless they're trying to hide it from us, we see none of that. A lot of people were speculating that we were going to see flashback scenes in this episode. And when we saw him in all black, we were like, oh my gosh, it's a funeral scene. But I don't think it's a funeral scene.
Look at Natalie in the bed when he's creating the scent monster of himself.
Goodbye. And we see Felix spying on Gabriel, but I want to point out that we don't see Adrian anymore in this trailer.
Yeah.
So who's to say they don't pull the opposite of what they did and it's like Adrian disguised as Felix?
We saw that Felix looked identical and made himself look identical to Adrian in the Felix episode. Who's to say that doesn't happen here? Like, we could get a twin switch.
Also, is it possible that the Gabriel that finds, we're just gonna say Felix for now, like about to enter like the lair, is that Senti Monster Gabriel or real Gabriel?
We know that Felix and Gabriel have beef ever since the Felix episode, when Felix, as we know, took Gabriel's wedding ring,
one of the twin rings,
and
they've had beef ever since.
Now Gabriel has his eye on Felix because I'm sure Gabriel's like, he took my ring without me noticing. What else could he be up to? No, because I wonder, what if Gabriel creates a sun monster of himself that gets akumatized as the collector. And as we know, sentimonsters can be akumatized, as seen in the Feast episode, in order to be a distraction so he can sneak up on Felix in front of Emily's portrait.
I saw your theory video on TikTok, and like you talked about when Felix, we're gonna say Felix, sees the painting of Emily, his expression on his face is just like, why are you looking at her like that if she's not your mom?
Exactly. He just looks so hopeful. He's so happy. We've never seen Felix like that. Anytime we've seen him happy is when he's scheming or after he got that ring from Gabriel. But here he looks
genuinely happy.
Right. And I'm
hopeful.
Just like, that is such an Adrian look. That is not a Felix look.
Exactly. You know how Adrian does a little thing where he's like, and he like, his eyebrows go like this, and he's like,
the way that he looked at Marinette in Star Train. That
yes. Why would Felix be looking at Emily like that? Like, you have a mom. You don't need to be looking at your unalived aunt like that. Stop. Like, what's the point of, you know, looking at her like, oh my gosh.
Right.
You.
Right. Felix is reaching out. We see his left hand. His left hand, there's a ring. Do you think that's one of the wedding bands?
The whole Adrian and Felix look identical, but they're only cousins. Just, it's weird. It's weird. It's odd. There's something odd about them. And there's something odd about Amelie, for sure. There's something definitely odd about Emily. There's just so much to unpack with them.
Okay, now I'm like so convinced that Felix is a sentimonster just because this Gabriel Agreste episode, it's named after Gabriel Agreste because it's Gabriel Agreste sentimonster. We have a known mom and a known dad for Adrian, but for Felix, we have a known mom. We have no known dad.
We don't know anything about his dad, and except the fact that he's dead and that Adrian did not attend his funeral. Remember our shitting contest?
I'm really sorry I didn't come to your dad's funeral.
What if Amelie isn't even real? Like, this is like, at this point, we don't know. It's like, what if she's not real? What if Felix isn't real? What if they're both? Like, it's just so weird. It's so, there's just something off, and it doesn't, I don't know, like, it's just weird. What if Adrian and Felix were like twins separated at birth, and they were like, okay, you have one, I have one, or they're both sentimonsters and they were created. Let's say Emily was just like, okay, I want to have a child, and then Amelie was like, I want to have a child too, and then she was like, okay, well, she creates the twin rings because it's like a family heirloom or whatever, and they use that to create a set of sentimonsters, which are Adrian and Felix.
Right.
And they're like, okay, I'll have Adrian, you have Felix.
I think people are so against the sentimonster theory because when we hear the word monster, or when we try to comprehend the idea of a sentimonster just not being a real person, not being human, like can be taken away within a second, it becomes scary. What does this even mean if Adrian is in fact a sentimonster? It can all just go away. Like he can just go poof and everything is gone. Like it's not fulfilling.
But at the same time, I always say this, I'm like, I don't really care if Adrian is a senti-monster or a senti or whatever, because from the way that Thomas has explained it, there could be absolutely no difference between a human and a senti-monster, except that I guess a senti-monster can just poof out of existence and turn into a feather. And if you have the object with the amok, that you can control them.
Right.
But if you, like, for example, gave the senti-monster the object, then they have free will. Or you could just give them free will by not doing anything about it.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, well, they just poof out of existence. Like, you just snap them away. And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, a human just poofs out of existence, too. Well, we saw the episode Ladybug. Like, NOIR couldn't tell that she wasn't
exactly
Ladybug. That she was a senti-monster.
Right. What if Felix shows up to this party, power move, by wearing the ring he stole from Gabriel on his hand?
And he's just like, material girl.
Material girl.
Look what I have right here. What if they're both senti-monsters and Felix knows that?
Who are the twin rings for? Are they supposed to represent Emily and Amelie? Are they supposed to represent Felix and Adrian. And isn't it interesting how the rings left the Graham Vanilli family into the Agreste family because they were Gabriel's and Emily's wedding bands.
That's what I want to know. Like, if this was such a big deal, like such a family heirloom, why would they use the twin rings to sell, to be the wedding band?
Wait, this is an episode where someone learns.
Yeah, someone's gonna figure out that he's Shadowmoth in this episode.
The way that these trailers are set up, it's alluding to the fact that Felix is gonna know. There's no Lila in this episode.
I don't think Lila's gonna be in this episode at all. Could it be possible that we learned something in Gabriel Agreste? We learned about something huge, and that's why in Mega Leech it was just just a little reminder. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed listening to us spiral and reacting to the Gabriel Agreste trailer.
We just wanted to give a reminder that a lot of our thoughts and theories are just theories. They are not confirmed, especially our thoughts about scent monsters.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. And thank you so much for watching.
At this point, we don't know who is whose sibling, family, scent monster, relationship,
etc. This is just, you thought this is keeping up with the Agreste. Keeping up with the Agreste Graham Vanillis.